What's up, buddy?
That was out of blue.
Was it out of the Oh, look, there's no point trying anymore. How's it going?
You're all right, mate.
All right, good. Hey, we're going to carry on, man. We got some commentaries to do today. Who are we doing today, man? We're looking at Austria versus Japan, and we're back in the men's indies,
right?
At the 17th World Kendo Championships. Straight into it. Thanks again to Kendo World for letting us use their stuff. Go over and give them some love, please.
Really appreciate that.
We do. So we've got Ando in white and Prayer in red. So Austrian Kendo. How much do you know about Austrian Kendo, Hiro?
I don't know. I really don't know anything about European Kendo. I know they do a lot of Kendo over there.
Sure do.
Have you been?
They sure do. Recently had the European Kendo Champs, by all accounts, that went really well. And what I've heard, because obviously I wasn't able to be there myself, what I've heard is that the level of Kendo is going really, really high in Europe.
Why is that?
Cool. Very cool to know.
Why is it going getting high?
I guess because they, they train hard. The thing is that you've got, unlike a lot of the other parts of the world, hiki jaku door there. Nice. You've got a really sort of good Shiai or competition circuit in Europe, right? It's a little bit easier for people to go and get that diversity in their training or in their Shiai preparation. I think that really helps. It's not so much the same in New Zealand or Australia or South Africa or one of those sort of more isolated countries, but certainly in European Kendo you can leverage off that. But anyway, whatever the case may be, the sophistication of the Shiai level is getting better and better and better by the sound thing, which is great. Now this, let's have a look. Let's just have a little looky-loo at that. He's putting on some pressure there. Naruhodo ne.
Going amashite no ton.
Yeah. A little bit. Here we go. So this is like, would you say this is a sort of a gono sen here from Ando?
And he put pressure there, right? He was putting pressure, and then the Mr. Prayer is going for it.
Oh, that's nice. That's really nice. Kind of that kaishi hiki sort of a thing. And you just, what are you going to do about it? You know what I mean? Somebody that sort of, that sort of level. Because he's putting on good semi. He's got good pressure here. He's hunting around, but he just lost his composure after that strike, right? And you sort of dip your head down. And, we've got this. So you look at this. Look, see his head sort of comes down like that. He hasn't been prepared. His feet are sort of not as perhaps sharp as they might have been. That being said, I guess if Ando wants to hit your man, he's going to hit your man.
I think it's not even. I'm not sure. I think it didn't look like the Mr. Prayer. Hit the Shinai.
Right.
Maybe it's internet thing, but
yeah.
It's kind of halfway through, and then you go.
Yeah. It's interesting though. Like I was watching, just watching Austria's sort of footwork here. This guy's obviously really tall.
Yeah.
You can sort of see the difference here now. Even now, oopsie, where's the camera gone? We're looking at Takahashi Sensei. That's cool.
Is it Takahashi Sensei?
Yeah. He should be shimpunning. What's he doing down there? You can sort of see, like with Ando's footwork, even in Tsubazeriai, it feels a lot sharper. It looks a lot sharper. He seems to be, in a striking position a lot more. Perhaps in Austria is sort of walking. You see he's walking there. He's not really, you know what I mean? And it's fair to say perhaps that Ando is doing a little bit of walking as well. not a problem with that. But who's ready to go forwards or backwards at any given time? I think that's a really important sort of thing to keep in mind.
Right.
You know, this is a dangerous place to be in Subaziriai.
That's that big.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nope. Didn't get that one. I don't know, Hiro, because I've never been tall. Right? Man, come off. That'll be a stoppage. I wonder if we'll keep going. I've never been tall, but I wonder, like, with tall kendoka, and I'd love to know what people think down in the comments as well. You know, the head can drop down. You notice tall people dropping their head down a little bit, and I can see that with Austria, especially up close, and he sort of brings his head down. Is that something that could be avoided if you pulled your neck back a little bit? I mean, I know as a short kendoka, trying to hit someone tall, when they pull their neck back a little bit, they stretch their shoulders back or their neck up, the head up. It makes it so much harder. There we go. So much harder to hit, right?
I think they, tall people try in Keiko, they tend to do that to let shorter people strike their man.
Yeah.
I think that's a bad habit.
Yeah, it becomes a habit, right?
It becomes your habit,
Yeah.
If you go like that, you won't be able to reach.
Wow. Now, let me say, this is just absolutely beautiful from Ando here. Look at this. Look, he's gone. Here comes Austria coming in, putting the pressure on. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. He just does not stop. Like, there is this. That's amazing. Really, really cool. And he's not moving in or out or anything like that. He's just keeping the pressure on the whole time through.
That's a very dangerous distance to stay.
Yeah.
Either you have to get close or get out of there.
That's right. You don't want to sort of be in that chuto hampa, that's somewhere in the middle, sort of a place. And again, we've talked about this, I think, a couple of times in terms of the benefits of kakarigeiko in training those reactions until you get it. You keep striking. And I think, my observation is often when we practice kakarigeiko, the emphasis is on getting puffed and getting out of breath and getting really tired. And that's fine. There's nothing, I'm not sort of critiquing that. But as much as possible to find those openings. And if it is on one spot, as you're moving in or moving out or something like that, as long as you're, like we just saw, 4 or 5 cuts from Ando there in one spot until he got the one that he wanted, that seems like something that's very, possible to develop and fine tune in kakarigeiko rather than running through kind of in a uchikomi sort of a way. You know what I mean? Really focusing on the until the ippon scored. You know what I mean?
I think they, through, I always talk about environment. In Japan, you have environment.
Yeah.
Even if you do just normal kakarigeiko, you get that kind of keiko as well.
Yeah.
But probably outside Japan, limited environment, limited time to train, we have to focus on to practice that.
Yeah.
Maybe we have to make it a certain kind of pattern as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, man. We've used patterns in the past with kakarigeiko. I think I've talked about this in a previous video, but using those patterns, there's some people out in the kendo world that are for patterns and some that are against, because it depends on the situation. But I think when we're training kakarigeiko, and again, drawing it back to the Shiai that we've just seen in that example in that final ippon, almost 100%, that sort of reaction, looking for those opportunities and keeping the person guessing, your opponent guessing, that's developed in kakarigeiko. Right. If what it takes to get to that point requires a few patterns where you predetermine, all right, I'm going to do kote men a couple of times here, taiatari, fake do, men, and then I'm going to come back in for another, man. You know, if that's the predetermined pattern and you get better and better and faster at that, nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean?
Right.
And if we can use, arguably, I don't know, I'd love to know what people think and what people do out there. So please let us know in the comments below. If you can rethink your kakarigeiko, not to make you tired all the time, but actually as a part of developing those quick reactions. So kakarigeiko can be done in short, sharp bursts. Yeah, okay, your heart rate's going to get up. Of course, that's fine. But rather than trying to absolutely wreck people at the end of training, what if it became a staple of Shiai practice, you know, where we go, right, for the next 5 seconds, 100% intensity, how many times can we execute a technique or make an attempt at a cut and then finish with that final ippon? You know, the benefits of that might be massive. Yeah, right. I mean, different ways of thinking about it, eh?
Yeah, make motodachi just block. You just
block. Yeah, basically. Yeah.
That kind of kakarigeiko, you know.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I mean, we know that, you know, like the difference between, well, broadly, the difference between uchikomi-geiko and kakarigeiko, you know, the kakarigeiko, the motodachi and kakarigeiko is really trying to make it difficult. And if that means blocking those points, then that becomes the practice for you with motodachi as well. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So you have to, difference between kakarigeiko and uchikomi-geiko is kakarite is in charge. He has to make an opening and just go.
Yeah.
So probably that is kind of missing in most cases, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a great way to look at it, man. Like kakarite, the attacker being in charge during kakarigeiko, trying to create those openings, while motodachi is just trying to make it difficult. And I mean, look, if we can, once again, going back to that final ippon from Ando, you know, 4 or 5 cuts before he gets it, how many of us actually do that? Or are we looking for that beautiful man running through?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I mean, where's, you know, if we're looking for impact on in the Shiai, it seems that would be an interesting way to go about it. Anyway, once again, thank you to Kendo World for the content. Please like, subscribe to the channel, our channel and their channel. It really helps us out. And check out our webinar in the comments in the description below. I'd love to see you there, and we'll catch you next time, Hiro baby.
Thanks, Blakey.
Thanks, man.